Alright everyone, so today is the 30th of April and we'll get straight into the news, data and charts, but not before I mention that this content is for educational purposes only and is not financial advice. Always do your own research before making financial decisions. With that being said, if you remember, yesterday we had the FOMC, obviously the last FOMC of Mr. Jerome Powell. He wasn't very bullish in my opinion. I watched the FOMC meeting that he's had. The markets reacted, but not as much as I would have expected considering what he has said. But yeah, it's still not over yet, so we're fine. We're fine. Now, if we're looking at Mr. Crypto here, we can see that right now the Coinbase premium is deeply negative. That basically means Bitcoin is trading cheaper on Coinbase compared to other global exchanges. And in simple terms, as US buyers are stepping back, demand in the US is dropping fast. And what's important is that historically, when this happens, it can put short term pressure on the price. And as you can see, Bitcoin has already been trading down alongside that shift from 79 down to, I believe, 75 something, maybe even 74. We'll check on the chart in a minute. Now, another bearish news is that Japanese bond yields are soaring. Now, when yields in Japan go up, big investors can earn better returns just holding safer assets. So what this means is that money can start moving out of risk assets like crypto and stocks. So Japan has been a key source of cheap money for years, what's called the carry trade. If that starts unwinding, liquidity drops globally. So again, another bearish news. Now, of course, I'm coming only with bearish news because I'm a bear myself, but yeah, trust me, it doesn't look great. Another piece of news is with our favorite person, Mr. Trump, which has sold, well, around 8,500 ETH worth 19.3 million today. This also obviously isn't a bullish news. Like, if Trump, that knows exactly what's gonna happen, well, I don't think he knows exactly everything in regards to markets, but he knows he can manipulate the prices, right? So, and he obviously knows more about political and economical situation than us. And considering he sold ETH, and not just a few ETH, he sold quite a bit. Yeah, this again isn't bullish news. Now, I've also seen, I don't have the tweet here, but I've seen that Brent oil is trading at pretty high prices at the moment. I believe it's at all-time highs, $125 or something like that. But even if I get here for a second, even the CFDS oil, like the crude oil, is trading pretty close to all-time highs. So yeah, there's a big problem with oil, guys, at the moment. And this is, again, not bullish either. Now, if we look at open interest, yeah, still dropping. Still dropping, so along with the price, as you can see. Volume is low. Spot volume as well, low. Yeah, it's not very good. Oh, funding rate is turning negative slowly. Great for bears. And yeah, not much liquidations happening at the moment. That's quite. I mean, price hasn't moved that much either, but yeah, I'm quite surprised there's not much liquidations happening. Let's see a bit where the liquidity is stacked. On the weekly, okay, so we have a little bit. Okay, so at 78,500 we have a bit of liquidity here. So what I would not be surprised about is if they push the price higher to 78,500, for instance, right around here. Okay, but we also have a little bit higher, 79, 80. Okay, yeah, but we also have stacks some of the liquidity around here. Now, if we look at the liquidation heat map, sorry if I'm moving too fast. um, not on this one, but on this one. Yeah, it's still a lot at around 67,000. It's 11 billion, 11 and a half. And at 87, we only have 6. So it's almost double, right? I believe it's almost double. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get lower. But like I said, let's get into the charts really quickly. Okay, so we are still in this parallel channel, rising wedge, however you want to call it. I don't know the terms exactly. But you see what happened previously, right? Does it look similar to you guys? It does to me, and it dumped around. How much did it? Wait, not this, not this. Thank you. So from the top to the low here, 38%. So if we check from the top here, 38% would push it down to 49,000. Yeah, that's exactly where I'm expecting it to drop. Hopefully, because I'm still in my short. I'm still in my short. All right, now, if we look on the 4 hourly, perfect, for this entire range here, let me just get rid of these because I have so many trend lines. All of these, thank you very much. Oh man, I have so many trend lines here. Okay, and we get back to here. Perfect. You can see we clearly broke down, sorry. We broke down of this parallel channel, this aggressive move to the upside that we had since, I would say, yeah, the 29th of March. So that's good for the bears at the moment. I know we've checked this yesterday as well, but let's see. Yeah, so around here I would expect some type of reaction, 72 to 7500. Um, at the moment it's holding up pretty nicely. Let me check the hourly. If we check the hourly, yeah, it's not too bad. Obviously, it's not great either. Let me see from this. Okay, so you got to the 50%, and now it's clearly rejected from there. So if it dumps from here, that would be looking really nicely for my short. But if we take this swing from the highest to here, it can still go a bit higher to the, well, 77,000, I guess, or even 77,800. But if you remember about the liquidity, we had liquidity stacked at around 78,500. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised even if we get up here, take the liquidity and then dump. So it's not a capitulation type of scenario here. We're gonna take it level by level. I would have hoped, sorry, I would have hoped that it would be a capitulation type of situation, but it's not. Now, if we take the anchor sorry, from here, let's take it from the entire range. It's still above the VWAP for this entire, sorry, not range, this entire move to the upside. And if we take the anchor volume, let's take it from here. Yeah, so as you can see, it's currently sitting at a pretty decent volume area here. But the good news is, good news for the bears, of course, if it dumps from here, there is no much volume left. Of course, you have it around here, 72, and that aligns nicely also with the Fibonacci, 50% and 618, and the VWAP. So like I said, I would expect some type of reaction here, but other than that, let's go much lower, guys. Finally, like finally. All right, so yeah, like I said, hopefully we'll see that in the upcoming days, the dump, and I'll see you in the next one.